doesn't want to.
This is why I'm worried to bring him down here because you're not in a good behavior.
You shut up!
Maybe we can move to Samoa? No.
Look at this dude.
So it's welcome back to the #1 YouTube channel in the entire world. Today we're talking about Asuelu and Kalani on 9-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After because Asuelu thought it would be a good idea to invite his toxic family over for Christmas dinner.
Idiot.
For those of you that are unfamiliar with this couple, Kalani's from America and Asuelu's from Samoa. The problem with Asuelu though is that his family is very toxic and they view their child as a way to make money, and they only wanted him to marry an American woman to get money from her family. To be fair, I made a lot of videos in the past about the situation. Definitely watch those videos after this video because they absolutely slap. They're all bangers. Also, while you're at it, you should order a Cameo for me because I'm the #1 Cameo creator in the entire world. It's not even close. Okay, that's enough self-promotion. Let's get started reviewing the latest episode of 9-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. The scene opens up with Kalani asking her son, "Are you gonna go hide? I wanna go hide." Honestly, I feel so bad for Kalani and her entire family that Asuelu put them in this situation. It's very awkward, especially because the last conversation the family had with Asuelu's sister, Tammy, she threatened to beat them all up. So it's kind of strange to have someone over for Christmas dinner when the last conversation you had, they threatened you with physical violence.
I agreed to let Asuelu's mom and sister come to our home because I'm trying to do my part in our marriage.
This is our house, so Christmas decorate.
But it just feels like Satan is on my doorstep.
This is a reoccurring theme of their relationship. It seems like Kalani and her family compromises with Asuelu more times than he compromises with them. And I think that that's the problem, is that this kid, Asuelu, I think he's a little bit slow and he's been manipulated by his parents his entire life. And now it's to the point to where they have to teach him how to be a functioning adult. And that's not really the responsibility you should have as a wife. And I feel like that makes Kalani sometimes feel like a mother because at times she is more of a mother than a wife to this guy. Upon entering the house, Kalani and Asuelu's mom give each other a hug, but Tammy and Kalani on the other hand don't give each other hugs, and you can tell that they're avoiding each other like the plague. Next thing you know, Kalani says that this is really stupid for Asuelu to do this, especially during a holiday, because he knows how his mom and sister are. But I think that there is something wrong with him. I don't know what it is, but it seems like he's always seeking this relationship with his mom and his sister, and he has the mind of like a 5-year-old. And for family, it's what you're born with, so it's kind of like luck of the draw, and some people just have trash family members, and it sucks, but life goes on and you need to adjust. So dudes, before we continue reviewing this dog water couple on the show, I'd like to tell you about today's video sponsor, HelloFresh. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. It makes cooking at home fun, easy, and most of all, affordable. One way that HelloFresh makes cooking easier is that all the ingredients come pre-measured and pre-cut so that you don't have any waste when cooking your meals. And as the name HelloFresh suggests, all the meals use fresh ingredients. That was a pun, oh my god, you're supposed to laugh. There are also a lot of options for your meals, whether you're pescatarian, whether you want high calorie, low calorie, vegan, they have a lot of options. As you guys already know, I'm a terrible chef, but when I use HelloFresh, I'm actually a great chef because they have a step-by-step instruction sheet that comes with every single meal you want to prepare that teaches you how to make the dish properly. And it's a very detailed step-by-step, like you would have to be a complete moron to mess this up. For example, the other day I made a crispy buffalo dish and it came out so fuego because the instructions were so easy to follow, my guys. Don't tell anybody, it's super embarrassing, but I ordered the family size box, but it's just for me because I eat a lot. I'm actually a growing boy. I don't know if you guys heard the news. Also, HelloFresh is perfect for date night. It's something really fun to do with somebody. Like cooking together is mad fun. Also, your date will be super impressed and be like, oh my god, you can make 5-star meals. We should be boyfriend and girlfriend. If you guys are interested in HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com and use code Yourwetsock14 to get 14 free meals plus free shipping. Now let's get back to roasting this cringe couple on the show.
How much your house cost?
I don't know. I didn't buy this house.
Must be expensive, but because it's big and has a big backyard.
Off rip, Tammy asks how much the house costs. You believe that? Walks in. So, nice house, huh? Why aren't you sending mom money? Because the house looks really nice. Tammy, your brother, just said he didn't buy the house. Lo owns this house, not Asuelu. I feel like everybody knows that. I feel like you should know that. So I don't know why you're bringing this up. I feel like you're just finding any excuse to, you know, ding him about money and not sending money to mom. Asuelu goes on to say that Tammy didn't say hi to his wife, Kalani, and in Samoa, this is very disrespect. I just want to cut him off here and say that this is disrespectful in all cultures. When you go to someone's house, you're supposed to say hi to the host or whoever's house it is. Just like when you go to a barbecue, you're supposed to say hi to the people at the barbecue.
Jones barbecue and foot massage.
So I think that transcends culture, and I've seen a lot of time with their segment, they'll be like,
in Samoa, we do this.
you motherfuckers are in America, okay? So like, let's just get with the program because you don't need to talk about culture cultural norms in Samoa when you're living in America now. So we can talk about, you know, the norms in America. I know it's a melting pot of different cultures, and I'm probably gonna get some comments about that. I just feel like a lot of people use the culture card way too much. And it's like, what timeline can you use that card until you can't because you're not living there, you're living in America. Next thing you know, Asuelu's mom and sister have a conversation in Samoa, and Asuelu's mother tells her to be on best behavior, and Tammy's like, I'm just saying it's a nice house. No, Tammy, you're not saying it's a nice house. You're saying that purposely to make your brother feel bad and guilt trip him into sending you and your mother money. All of us can see that. We all have brains. You guys are there for Christmas dinner. You're in someone else's home. Maybe you should have brought something like wine or actually had the decency to bring gifts and not come empty-handed like a bunch of moochers. Oh wait, you guys are moochers. What did we expect, class? Did we expect this? Yes, we did. Right away, Kalani's sister Kalani did not hug Tammy, and I think that this is actually a good idea because I feel like if they would have hugged, they would have found themselves in the clinch and started trading elbows right away.
Obviously, there's a part of me that wants to do exactly what she said and come in swinging, but I'm not just going to jump on her when she walks through the door.
See, Kalani, this is where you're wrong, okay? And this is why I'm saying this. We all love to see a good sucker punch. I don't know about you guys, but if she just waited until she walked in and clocked her, I think we would all love that. Everyone in this community wants to see Tammy get humbled. She's absolute dog water. Everybody knows that. And Kalani's just the person to throw the hand.
Family arrive here safe and make sure all of us, we have the spirit of Christmas so we can face everything. Amen. Amen.
That was a nice prayer, honey.
That was a dope prayer, but I think Kalani should pray for a divorce instead. What do you guys think? Was that brutal? Nah. You know what? Asuelu is right. It's the spirit of Christmas, guys. I'm gonna need you guys to be more positive and not be as negative. Let's wish the best for this couple. As the family's enjoying their meal, it's a little bit awkward. There's a bit of a dead silence. So Lo, like the big papa bear he is, takes it upon himself to break the ice and asks Asuelu's mother when she's gonna go back to Samoa. She says she's going back in a month or so.
What kind of work do you do in Samoa?
I weave the mats.
Nice. I've always wanted to learn how to do that. I love the mats.
I wake up early about 4, turn on the light and tinkling till the sun set down 6 o'clock and go and relax the bingo.
Yo, bingo is tight. I'm more of a Cards Against Humanity kind of guy, but bingo is tight. I see you. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know what weaving the mats means, and I'm a little bit left out, so I'm assuming there's a lot of people that are left out, so let's learn what weaving the mats is in Samoa right now. Not gonna lie, weaving the mats seems super fun, but time consuming. Basically, you start off boiling leaves, then slicing them in half, then you clean them and let them soak in the ocean for 4 days. I should mention all the women doing this together are laughing and throwing out big vibes while doing the work, so they genuinely seem like they're enjoying it and having a lot of fun. When the leaves get out of the ocean, they clean them one more time so it looks like a foreskin, then they roll them up and dry them out for a month. After cutting them into strips, they begin weaving until they create a big mat. Honestly, nothing but respect for this craft. If it took me a couple months to make a mat, it would be my prized possession. The effort that goes into these is insane.
And Tammy is gonna come too, or she's just gonna stay here forever?
Why are you gonna pay my ticket?
Why pay your own ticket? You're old enough to do your own ticket.
Well, you gonna pay my ticket? Yo, Tammy's always looking for that free ride or free handout. I've never seen somebody that's a mooch on this level. I think we're all fortunate that we don't have family members that are like this. I can't speak for everybody. I'm sure some people do. But if your family member's like this, you might want to cut them loose. I've had a couple people that were moochers, cut them all loose.
I still want to say something to my son and Kalani. I'm grow older now, so I need money from you when I go back to Samoa.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Asuelu's mom asked for money. Who would have guessed it? Who would have predicted this would happen? Oh wait, I predicted this would happen in my last video I made about the subject. Honestly, I'm not surprised at all. I don't know about you guys, but I had a lot of Samoan friends growing up. A lot of them played football with me for years, and their families, like, they're so family orientated because for those of you that don't know, in the past season, she said, I don't care about my grandkids, I just want money from you. So to be from a culture that is so family orientated and say that you don't care about your grandchildren, you just want money.
Inconceivable.
Asuelu's mother goes on to say, you give the money to me and God bless you. You think about that. So God won't bless you unless you give me money. And Kalani's sister actually says that. So God won't bless them unless they give you money, huh? It's just such a shitty thing to do to bring religion into the picture because it has nothing to do with that. This highlights one of the problems I have with organized religion. When the religion becomes more of a business than a religion, then it's a problem and you should distance yourself from that organization as quickly as possible.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
You want that money, Lebowski?
And for this woman to try and use religion to guilt trip her son into handing her money is so disgusting in my opinion.
If you need money for food, we can send little amounts of money. We're not gonna send any crazy or big amount of money.
Did this mom really just snarl when she heard her son say they would send little amounts of money and not big amounts of money? I feel like you should be happy to get anything. It's not your son's financial responsibility to take care of you and send you money for you to then gift to the church.
God Wilson!
Asuelu's mother's very unappreciative. Let's throw away that old saying with age comes maturity, because this woman has been alive for a very long time from the looks of it, and she's not mature at all. Kalani adds on to the point by saying to Asuelu's mother that when we give you the money, we want you to spend it on you and not on everybody else or give it to other people, which is a fair and reasonable demand when you're giving someone money.
Asuelu, you need to understand, when you give the money to your parents, from your heart to give it to them. Not for us to question our parents. Where are you going to use the money or spend the money or keep the money to? No.
And going based on Tammy's logic, next time I'm buying a stock on my Robinhood account, I'm just going to close my eyes and pick a random stock. Or better yet, I'll give my account to my dad, Nicolas Cage, who knows nothing about trading stocks. And I'll have him pick a stock for me, because once you give your Robinhood account to your dad from your heart, I don't get to pick which stock he puts the money in. That's my money. You know, he can put in whatever stock he wants because he's the parent, he's the elder. And I can't say anything about that because that would show disrespect towards my dad, even though it's my money. Tammy, if you weren't so dumb, you wouldn't have to ask money from your brother all the time. This is the most flawed logic I've ever seen. He has no financial responsibility to help out his moochy mother that doesn't even love him. So at this point, if this were me, I would just kick her out of the house.
I seen growing up, our mom always give money to the church and things, and we're not eating a nice food, and those people eating good food. We only eat taro or rice because mom is like to give all the money to the pastor or give to other people.
Yo, GG Asuelu's mom, dab me up. I'm sure all the money you gave the church is definitely going to get you into heaven, for sure. That's what God actually looks at, is how much money you donated to the church and how good the priests were eating. Meanwhile, your kids were starving, eating rice and taro and eating shitty food, and the priests were eating good food. And for 1 second, am I the only person that is able to think rationally? So you don't know where you're going to go after you die. Faith is a belief, right? So you believe you're going to go to heaven. If you see visually priests living better than you are, wouldn't you question that the donations are going towards the priest's food and that lavish lifestyle? Like, how do you not connect the dots there?
Yeah, but my point is, when you send the money, means it goes straight to your parents. You don't question them.
For me, I was baptized Roman Catholic, and I went to this church in Las Vegas. And then what happened was, when it was the recession and my family wasn't doing good, we weren't able to donate. And then the other people in the church like talked shit about us behind our back and were like spreading rumors and all this stuff and being like, they're busted, they don't have any money, and all these snobby, rich, entitled wives that were like stay-at-home wives that didn't do shit were talking shit about my parents that were both working hard. And for me, it was a huge turnoff. I actually relate to this on that level because I've had a negative experience with this exact same thing, where people ask for donations or else you're not accepted into their elitist society of milking money out of people. And it's equally funny, the hypocrisy of it all, because the Catholic Church is one of the most evil organizations throughout history. Let's name the Crusades. Martin Luther literally just said you shouldn't be able to buy your way into heaven, and he was excommunicated. There was a warrant for his arrest and beheading. I also think of that douchebag priest with the crazy eyes that's like, I need a ride on a private jet because I can reach more people if I have a private jet.
Jesus was physically on the earth today, he wouldn't be riding a donkey. Think about that for a minute. He'd be in an airplane preaching the gospel all over the world.
That dude's a scumbag too. Anyone that uses religion to get more money is a scumbag.
I think giving is important, but I think you guys expect it, and the way you not even ask for it, but demand it from him is the issue.
Kalani, we're not demanding it.
No, you are demanding it, because he said that it doesn't make him comfortable and he doesn't want to give you guys money, and he said that multiple times. But you guys keep asking, so you are demanding it. And your mother just said, when I go back to Samoa, you have to give me money. Saying you have to give me money when I go back to Samoa is very different from saying, will you please give me money when I go back to Samoa?
We're just tell Asuelu that's his job.
That's demanding a little bit.
Did you guys hear Tammy say that's his job? How is that his job? That doesn't make him money. That's the opposite of a job. You're saying it's his job to give money to his mom. I feel like Asuelu's whole family, and I say this in the nicest way, are so stupid that if you're debating them, you have to dumb down what you're saying and you have to work on your approach. And then even if they understand what you're saying, they're so firm in their beliefs that they're not gonna change their opinion on the matter. Also, on the recent videos I made on this dog water family, I got a couple comments that are like, it's the family's culture. All right, let's use an example of that. Let's say a family's culture is eating people. Let's say a family's culture is cannibalism. They're gonna keep doing that for hundreds of years until one enlightened motherfucker says, hey, that's wrong. You shouldn't eat people. So I don't give a shit about families' cultures or cultures. If something is wrong, I'm gonna point it out, and other people should point it out too, because that's how we move forward as a society. And part of the reason why aliens aren't talking to us is because we got dumb motherfuckers like this in the world. Tammy goes on to say that Asuelu's acting like that little boy still. How can she trust him when he can pay for that big house but can't send money to their family back home in Samoa? Once again, Tammy, let's say it all together, class. This is not his house. It was at this moment that all hope had faded when Asuelu all of a sudden grows a nutsack and says to his mom and sister, and I'm paraphrasing here, you expect me to send money and make my kids starve? No, I'm not doing that. I am so proud of this kid. I didn't think he had it in him. He stood up to his mom and his sister. Unbelievable. Now, if only he was intelligent enough to not repeat the situation and realize that they're toxic, cut them out of his life, and move on with his new family that actually loves him and gives him good advice and financially supports him here in America. But I'm getting ahead of myself because there's actually rumors flying around that they're already divorced. So Asuelu might just be going back to Samoa to hang out with his toxic family and weave the mats. And I just feel so bad for him if that's the case, because he really had a shot at love. He just couldn't adapt. After easily one of the most awkward Christmas dinner conversations I've ever seen, the whole family decides to sit around the living room and do a gift exchange, and there's some really funny gifts such as spam. Let's roll the clip on that.
It's a fake lottery ticket, yes.
So the whole family's actually laughing and having a good time exchanging gifts, and this is actually a really happy, joyous moment. I don't know what happened between dinner and that awkward situation and now, but the point is that I guess they moved on from that and they're just kind of vibing, having a good time. Next thing you know, Asuelu gives Kalani a special gift that he prepared just for her.
Oh, it's a baby blanket.
Baby blanket, wow.
I want to have a big family, so hopefully my wife will make my dreams come true.
Wow, dude. Yo, Asuelu, can't defend you here at all. That is so foul to do to your wife. You put her on the spot in front of the in-laws that she absolutely hates and tells her that you hope your dreams come true, that she can give you a child. You guys just talked about this in the last video I made, and she said that she does not want to have another kid because you guys can't financially support another kid right now. Kalani uses her brain and is thinking rationally about the situation. You, for some reason, are doing that thing where some dudes think that all the problems in the relationship will go away if you put another baby inside your partner. That doesn't do anything but add more problems to the situation. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. I think that it's very immature on Asuelu's part to do this to his wife, especially putting her on the spot in front of people she despises. Not cool.
We just talked about it, that this is something between us and it's very private and it's not something that you talk about in front of other people. I gave you my answer and I don't want to keep being pressured into having a baby.
I'm totally with Kalani on this. Asuelu just started the conversation about having another baby when they were at the car dealership, so it's been fairly recent since he started all of a sudden wanting another kid, and she told him multiple times that she doesn't want to have a kid. It's her body and she's the one that has to carry the baby around, and he's the one that just does his little 2-minute pump and then he goes off and plays video games. So it's not fair that she would have to be pregnant for an entire year because he's selfish and immature and manipulative and doesn't want to work and thinks that having another kid will fix their relationship.
Why are you so upset, Kalani?
I don't want him to keep pressuring me into doing something that I don't want to do.
So, Kalani, you don't want to pregnant again and have another baby you don't want?
Yeah, I don't know, Asuelu's mom. It's like Kalani just said she doesn't want to have another kid, so what are you not comprehending? It's not like she's speaking French right now. I know you know what she's saying. This is Kalani and her family's house. They're not at your house. So as a guest, I feel like you should develop some awareness about the situation and take the backseat and treat the host with some respect. It really shows how unappreciative this family is by how they just had a free meal and they take it upon themselves to push Kalani's envelope. They want to see her have a breakdown and cry and be upset about the situation.
I can't even believe that we're having this conversation right now. Like, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
Well, you're not happy about it, Kalani?
No, I'm not ready to have another baby.
I used to think about my brother, like he thinks He wants to have a big family.
Kalani makes it very clear that she's uncomfortable with the situation. She doesn't want to talk about this matter because it's a private matter that should be discussed between her and her partner. And Tammy takes it upon herself to say, what, you don't want to give my brother another kid? Seriously, Kalani, at this point, I think that you should divorce Asuelu, and I'm pretty sure you already are because news about that came out recently. I think you would do better as a single mother, and I think your kids would grow up in a better environment as opposed to a toxic environment with a dad that feels more like a big brother, and you would have to put up with this toxic family all the time because Asuelu is too weak as a man to cut off his family. Next thing you know, Asuelu's mom says, you know, in Samoa, the wife listens to their husband. Like, take me for example, I got 9 kids. Well, good for you, you dumb motherfucker. Good for you. You're not in Samoa anymore. You're in America right now, right? This family, where do they live, class? America, right? So let's stop talking about the culture from another place. If you have to listen to every single thing your husband says, even though it's something you don't want, you're in a bad relationship, because a relationship, it takes 50-50 of effort and everything between 2 people. So it's 2 people coming together and saying, hey, I want to spend the rest of my life with that person. So if one party is just compromising and doing things that the other party wants, you should find another relationship because that's stupid as fuck. And if you're gonna blame it on culture, then you're just a coward. And if you disagree with me and you're a culturally sensitive, fart-faced little PC bitch, why don't you write a hate comment in the comments below? Because honestly, I don't even care. I know I'm right.
My whole life's purpose isn't just to pop out 1,000 children. It pisses me off. And the most hypocritical thing of all is that Tammy only has 2 kids. So why are we not bugging little Tam Tam about putting some kids in her uterus instead of talking to me about it?
Preach, Kalani. Yo, little Tam Tam. Hey, sister, James Charles here. Why don't we talk about you having more children? Oh, y'all didn't know James Charles was a fan of the channel? That's weird. Anyway, next thing you know, Asuelu once again whines to his mom and sister.
I think if you're not agree what my son said, son, you better find another wife, please.
I tell you to be on good behavior.
That's why you gave her. She doesn't want to.
This is why I'm worried to bring you down here because you're not in the good behavior.
You shut up!
Wow, mom, high-key rude of you to tell the boy of the house to shut up. I would call him the man of the house, but everyone knows that Lo's the man of the house.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me.
Also, it's really fucked up to say you should find a new wife when his wife is right there. Asuelu's mom has the same Neanderthal way of arguing as Asuelu does, so this most likely is a learned behavior. Definitely not a recessive gene, but what do I know? I took earth science in high school because I'm dumb as fuck. More sound logic from Asuelu's mom. She says that if you're not going to agree with everything I'm saying, son, then you need to shut up. She must have been on the debate team in Samoa.
Hey guys, what's going on?
And he just said if she doesn't want a baby, she doesn't want a baby. She doesn't want a baby.
In order to prevent a fight from breaking out, Asuelu dives into his warrior bloodline, tackles his sister, and pushes his mom and sister out of the house. The entire time his mom and sister are screaming phrases like, "We don't like you anymore," and "Don't touch us." Kalani then begins to cry on the couch. Overall, I think this was a solid Christmas dinner. I rated a 2 out of 10 because the spam gift exchange was kind of litty. The next morning, Asuelu talks with Kalani and her mom about the fight that took place yesterday. Kalani then asks Asuelu why he bought her a baby blanket for Christmas in the first place, and this was his response.
I mean, I thought it was gonna be sweet, like my family will be like very happy about that, but I didn't know they will be like blow up.
But to do it in front of other people was just so uncomfortable.
Asuelu is such a man-child. I'm pretty sure an 11-year-old child has better deductive reasoning skills than this big kid right here. Asuelu is so dumb that he can't even explain why he does things. Usually you have to wait until you grow old with someone to become a caretaker, but not Kalani. She's already a caretaker. GG. Next thing you know, Kalani's mom drops the absolute bombshell that her and Lo are selling the house, so Kalani and Asuelu have to find their own place.
We are going to be selling the house.
Really, Mom? You're gonna kick Kalani out of the house? She's only 33 years old.
Dad!
But seriously, these incompetent fools are barely scraping by without paying rent. Can you imagine them paying rent at this moment? I think that they should hit up Ron and Betty because Brandon and Julia are moved out of the farm. Maybe Asuelu and Kalani need to go to the farm.
Well, I know that you guys had talked about maybe getting your own place.
Well, I think we wanted to wait a little bit because of his accident and everything to recoup that money.
Money situation isn't good along with the relationship overall, so Asuelu thinks it would be a good idea to go to a rage room with a friend he met in a Samoan support group.
Asuelu reminds me of a lot of those boys that come straight from Samoa. Curious, naive, Because back home it's simple living, simple way of life. And I think that that's his struggle.
Honestly, Asuelu's friend seems like good vibes, but I think Asuelu spends too much time hanging out with friends instead of manning up and taking care of his responsibilities. Also, I think if anyone deserves to be in the rage room, it's his wife Kalani. She's the one that he gaslit about having another kid and ruined her Christmas by inviting his toxic family over, but here he is smashing stuff with his homie and she's at home watching the kids.
Problem is like my mom told my wife if she didn't have a baby with me, I'm gonna go find a Samoan woman to have another baby.
Oh, wow.
I spoke prematurely. Asuelu's friend says Samoan culture is all about the family, and at the end of the day, that's your mom. Define family, Asuelu's friend, because Kalani is his wife and the mother of his children, therefore also family.
It's family.
In Samoan culture, are you supposed to swallow the blatant disrespect of your mother telling you to divorce your wife because she doesn't want to have another child with you at this moment in time? The answer is no, class, and the people in their segment have used family more than that Fast and Furious meme on TikTok. I hate to be the bearer of bad news for y'all's shitty argument, but being a blood relative isn't a reason to keep someone in your life, especially when they only view you as a source of income and don't care about your children like Asuelu's mom.
It's just really hard. My mom, my family don't understand that. Where go find the money? Go steal from other people.
I think the move to America is starting to beat down Asuelu. He seems like he has a good heart, but just doesn't think things through. It's hard enough to make a decent wage in America as a college graduate. I'm not saying Asuelu is the most hardworking person, he's definitely not, but at least he's trying, unlike that shitter Andre. Asuelu's friend then proposes something I think is a really good idea.
This is just me. Have you ever thought about taking your family back home to Samoa?
Maybe if we build our own house there, we can go live there.
I honestly don't think that this is a bad idea. Kalani's parents are selling the house anyway. Rent will be cheaper in Samoa. And Asuelu has spent most of his life there, so I'm sure he can find work easier. The wages will be less, but so are the expenses. Plus, this will give Kalani the opportunity to learn more about her family's culture. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, but I personally believe that there's no shame in a tactical retreat, and I think that that's exactly what this could be.
So, to his ideas, take my wife and the boys to live in Samoa. It's really good.
To be fair, the United States is more expensive than people realize. The US did a lot of advertising as the land of opportunity, especially during the Cold War era, so a lot of foreigners think Americans are made of money, when in actuality, most of us are in debt, bruh.
Daddy didn't tell you? He's broke.
We got $3, but we gonna splurge for that Netflix and Crunchyroll subscription. I had to cancel my Disney Plus. I'm sorry, Mickey. Guys, please subscribe so I can get that back. I want to watch the Loki show, damn it. Anyways, Asuelu decides to tell Kalani about this tactical retreat to Samoa.
Maybe we can move to Samoa. Build our house there. It's your own land. You not pay your bills.
Yikers, right away, Kalani doesn't look like she's turned on by the idea. I think she's hesitant because she's lived in America her entire life, and her exposure to Samoan culture as of late is Asuelu's mom and sister, who are an embarrassment to the culture.
You just plant your food near your house. You have your own land. No.
Dang, she shot that down right away, zero hesitation. Kalani explains that she would be away from her home and family, so she doesn't feel comfortable doing that. I disagree with her reasoning. Y'all are about to be out of a home because mom and dad are selling the house, Kalani. Asuelu is working rideshare and you're taking care of the kids. Y'all's financial situation isn't great anyway, so why not go and experience a more humble lifestyle while you can? This frustrates Asuelu because he did the very things Kalani doesn't feel comfortable doing. He left his family to come to America and gave this a shot, so he feels it's unfair she won't do the same for him. Kalani's way older than Asuelu is. I thought she would at least consider moving to Samoa.
I'm being a better person. I'm being a better husband, better father to the kids, taking care of you and the boys. I didn't do anything wrong.
I wouldn't go that far, Asuelu. You've done a lot of things wrong. If she wasn't financially responsible for you, she would have divorced you by now. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. I'm actually on Asuelu's side here. I think in a partnership, it's 50-50. She should go live in Samoa. She has nothing to lose. Besides, when you go to Samoa, I'm pretty sure TLC will give you guys your own show. I know we would all be down to see Kalani adjust to life in Samoa. That would be jokes.
And I want you to learn how to be a real Samoan girl.
What, is that something I have to earn?
I think Asuelu likes to forget that I'm also half Samoa, so I still know the culture.
God damn it, Asuelu. I was just warming up to you and you had to say some dumb shit. We'd love to see you be a real American husband and satisfy your woman financially and in the bedroom because you're not getting the job done. See, not very nice, Asuelu. This is not how you get someone to do what you want. This kid really needs to work on his communication skills.
If you are a real Samoan woman, you want more kids. and you respect my mom.
I'm a real Samoa woman regardless of all of those things. My relationship with your mom does not determine my DNA. Thank you very much.
Never mind, Kalani should go to Samoa with Asuelu. She should divorce him. I tried to be non-biased and give this dumb kid a chance, but he let me down. But it could be worse, you guys. At least he didn't put 2 babies in me. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. Comment below, subscribe, let's be friends. Follow me on Twitch and on Instagram right now.